Welcome. Hello. Now this isn't going to be a MGTOW video, and all those militant MGTOW people out there are gonna go, oh god. No, this is about something I'd like to get some feedback from, maybe from people from the States there, to see what they think. And it's about SubWay. No, I don't mean the trains and the tubes below ground. I mean the sub. As in SubWay. You remember that place, don't you guys? I know I do. I remember going to SubWay many years ago when they really just first opened in Canada. And they were great. They stuffed loads of stuff in your SubWay, and it was nice, it was fresh, and it was really good. And I went there many times, even just for my lunch. And it was quite reasonably priced as well. And of course they have SubWay in the UK as well, but I have noticed SubWay going slightly downhill for a while now. In fact, I can tell you an experience I had at a SubWay. I went into the SubWay here in the UK, and there was this female behind the counter, and she was basically talking to somebody else over her shoulder and not really paying attention to what she was doing with my sub. In fact, she threw all the stuff in there, didn't even take care to putting it in there, and kind of cut the foot-long sub, not even halfway, slammed it together, and she was still talking over her shoulder all the time, not paying any attention to what I was saying, I think. Anyway, I went to try and eat it anyway, and it was disgusting. So I fired off an email to the headquarters at SubWay here in the UK or wherever, and they did sort of get back to me and said that they train their people and all that, and they would look into the matter or something. Anyway, never heard anything else apart from that. That was it. I haven't gone back to the SubWay store itself. In fact, I haven't had a SubWay since. But I also remember going into SubWay before that as well, and I noticed that there was always people behind the counter that really didn't speak much English. They were usually always females. Now, I don't really have a fantastic SubWay. My favorite SubWay is ham, cheese, lettuce, tomato, and mayonnaise. Nothing major there. I know some of you guys love to shove the old meatballs in and everything. I know that. But I did notice there was almost counting the slices of tomato. They were also counting the cheese slices they were putting on as well. It was kind of like so tight, there was hardly anything in it. Even the lettuce they didn't put much in. And I thought, what's this? So just to get the amount of cheese in there, I had to ask for double cheese. Maybe I should have asked for double lettuce, because we know how costly that is. But nearly every time I had a SubWay after that as well, I had to ask for mayonnaise, and they just put one squirt on and that was it. I had to ask them, could you please put some more on there, please? Now, I know SubWay is a franchise and it's not owned by SubWay as such, it's owned by wherever the person who's bought the franchise. But things obviously are tight because their SubWays are not full up like they used to be. That was the reason I went there. And also I noticed as well, when you go to pay for your SubWay now, it's not cheap anymore. In fact, I could go somewhere else and probably get a better sub that would be cheaper. So just a heads up there, SubWay, you're going down the tubes if you don't pull your finger out or something, and stop being so stingy. And I don't know what it's like in the States, but you guys can let me know, what have you noticed about SubWay? There used to be a great place to go and get a sub, but not so much for me anymore. I hardly ever have one. What about you guys? What's your experience?